The Skywalker Saga is boring, part 2, backed by the popular demand of the fans who didn't really request a second video. So I decided to give my thoughts that no one really asked for by telling you this game is boring, because the missions, the side missions, the gameplay, I mean, it's just boring. It's a boring game, there isn't a ton here. I think people attribute tons of content to being a good thing, and I just kind of want to go over why I think Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is not a great game. I mean, in just a very quick video and talking about just in a rant style that I do. So I want to start off with a few things. I understand where people are coming from. If you think this game is good, that's great. I think I can understand where you may have fun with this. If you enjoy all the characters and all the like, customization features and stuff like that, then I can see where maybe you like this game. And as a LEGO game, this might be good. I mean, I don't know that. As a LEGO game, I can't give you that frame of reference because I'm just judging it based on being a video game, as one in my position should. But just kind of starters, like the story mode, I understand they're not really telling the entire story like in depth, and they're just kind of giving you a brief overview of what's happening. But like they could have done a better job. I feel like the original games do a better job of telling the story itself while adding a bit of jokes here and there. And I feel like they don't do that. I mean, here, let's give you an example. There's missions in this game that are just so fucking pointless and add literally nothing to the game at all that it's like, why are they even here? For instance, I'm showing you gameplay right now because this is my trigger to add gameplay of me running around scavenging as though I'm Rey, trying to find stuff to move on to the next part where the guy's like, 1/2 portion. That dude, you know, that guy? So I'm basically scavenging for absolutely no reason whatsoever, and it's like, what does this contribute? To a gameplay mechanic feature, what does this exactly do? This adds literally nothing. It's actually more boring, and as a player, I was literally so bored I wanted to die. I was hoping to just die right at my computer desk and just be like, this is it. This is my time to go because I'm dying of boredom. That's what this mission is. It adds literally nothing other than just give you a overview of a gameplay mechanic that is so dumb and so pointless. Another mission, for instance, is the Gungan, I don't know, whatever, diversion that they have. Why is this in the game? For the love of God, man, why is this in the game, and what developer made the conscious decision to put this in the game? It adds literally nothing. And that's kind of the whole point of, like, the story and the gameplay, like, that whole point, the campaign, or whatever you want to call it, because it feels like a lot of those missions are very quick, 5-6 minute kind of missions that literally add nothing other than you just running around like an imbecile. The thing that also drives me insane is you are literally running from one place to another over and over and over again to just get from point A to point B. You start a mission, all of a sudden 5 minutes go by, you do a thing, and then you come back. A lot of the missions from the old ones are just like they've added things that are just stupid. For instance, the Anakin and Obi-Wan fight is absolute garbage now. It is so bad, and I don't understand what developer also made the conscious choice of saying, let me add C-3PO and R2-D2 into this epic mission in which originally, in the original game, what they did have was the two players, player 1 and player 2, fight each other and then kind of cooperate through the mission. Which, granted, you could also attack the other player, which is fine. I mean, that's kind of more up to your discretion if you want to do it that way. But for the sake of saying it, it added some element of just being different, where this game now ends up just stopping gameplay in an epic battle, or what's supposed to be an epic battle, by adding R2-D2 and C-3PO. And it does the same thing later on with the Rey and Kylo Ren fight. I mean, it's just, they kind of go through, they like to put out the gags and all the jokes, and a lot of the jokes don't land. There are a few here and there that do land very well, and personally, as a player, I did like a couple of the good jokes, like the, oh, it's my retirement, and then boom, 2 planes come by and take out the droids that are having a retirement party, because it's like, ha ha ha, that's a droid having a retirement party. Droids can't have retirement parties. That's the joke. But also, the fact that that bit lasts way longer than it should to lead into a probably, 6-minute, 7-minute tops mission that contributes also nothing? Like, it's just a very bland, vanilla mission. And that's pretty much how I would describe everything involving the story. And, like, also the side missions. All the side missions are, go here, find a thing, and then that's it. Here's a Kyber brick. Like, who fucking cares? Or you can unlock a new character to play in the game. And I think that's, like, a lot of the things that people like to mistake with this game. Is people like to just look at this game, and this is how I view this game, is there's tons of stuff. It's an open world. The open world is very bland. It is not a great open world. I think this is actually one of the worst open world games I've seen, which if you look at a game like Red Dead Redemption, the thing that makes that open world in that game so good is because there's always something that makes you stop in your tracks. The problem is, this game does not do that. So basically what happens is you're playing different episodic missions in which you're going from point A to point B, and each time you're going through, at least from my experience, you can't do everything. You have to then go back into the game after you've done a thing, which is, it works for games like, I don't know, Jedi Fallen Order, because typically it's like only a handful of things around you that you can do. But this game has thousands of kyber bricks everywhere, and all these dumb, like, little, I don't know, characters, and there's another thing that you can do to help unlock a certain thing, like 10 times of, like, studs. It's just dumb. It's dumb. There's too much in this game, and I understand, like, the characters having quirky little, like, interactions with each other, which is, I guess, funny. As a player, it's like, okay, that's cool, I guess. I don't know. Like, to me, personally, I feel like this game's a flop. I don't think it's the best Star Wars game. I think the originals are better. Call me a nostalgic old fart if you want. I don't really care, but being completely honest with you, man, I feel like the old games are better. I don't think these games are it. I think this was kind of an okay game. If I had to score it, I'm going to give it like a 6 out of 7. And I feel like a 6 out of 7 is a pretty fair score for this game. I feel like, yes, there's a ton of content, but having a lot of content doesn't necessarily mean a good game. And I think that's the problem, is people look at this game, say there's tons of content, but there's nothing stopping you to do this content. That makes it a bad open world. The missions and stuff are too quick, which I guess in some eyes that could be good. But to be honest, I bought the game because I wanted to go through the episodes in a Lego way, and I think it just strays off too much. I feel like they didn't take good missions, or when they took good missions, they changed the formula that made the original so good and made them worse, because they wanted to just force these different kind of ways to play and stuff like that, the different characters and how they can all do stuff in the world. It just, to me, is stupid. And I think a couple other things that I noticed was from maybe, and this could have also been a bad kind of glitch that I was experiencing, but it felt like a lot of the times when you had a second player, not like an actual player, but an AI player, you were having to drudge them along the entire time. So for instance, like the Rey and BB-8 thing from like later in episode 9 when you're fighting Kylo Ren, to me personally, it felt like as though I had to constantly go back to BB-8 and drudge him along to come with me to do stuff. And that AI, that CPU, whatever, should be able to just do things on its own in my mind, unless it's like a certain obstacle that they have to clear to get that other CPU up. But like there was nothing really blocking my way that I wasn't clearing out for the BB-8. So to me, it's just like stuff like that is dumb. And I don't think this is necessarily the best game. I think it could have been better. To be completely honest with you, this could have been better. And I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. That's it. That's my score. So take it or leave it. What did you think of the Lego Skywalker Saga? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comment section below. And, well, bye. Oh, and by the way, happy May 4th. May the 4th be with you, nerds.